The phrase Tindog Tacloban loosely translated means rise again, city of Tacloban. Tacloban was one of the hardest hit by Typhoon Haiyan just 5 months ago. Two Bay Area residents hoping to raise relief awareness and donations assembled a photo exhibit which documents the devastation but also celebrates the resilience of the Philippine people. Please welcome Chris Gonzalez and Roger Spinty.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
I was just talking about how, your story is amazing in terms of your background. You're an emergency room nurse.
Correct.
You're a professional photographer, right? Now, how did you, of course you heard about Typhoon Haiyan, but how did you get involved?
So, as you said, I'm an emergency nurse. I work for the Veterans Affairs and for Kaiser. And actually, just when I saw the footage of the typhoon, I immediately just said, I have to be there. So I started signing up for organizations, and luckily a great organization called Relief International called us back almost immediately. And they asked, how soon can you leave? And basically, can you go for 2 weeks? And I said, yeah, I'll do my best.
But they gave you this ultimatum of like, can you go? Yes or no? 24 hours. You have to tell us.
Yes,
right?
Understandably, they have they had to make their roster, and they had a limited time, so they had to pick who could go. It also included like if you could speak the language, what medical background you have, and emergency nurses are typically picked pretty quickly.
That's huge. But are you from the Bay Area? Or are both of you from the Bay Area or from?
Not originally. I'm originally from Montana.
Okay.
But I've lived here probably 15 years now.
All right. And Chris, are you?
Same. I'm actually from the East Coast, but I've been in the Bay Area for about 15 years now.
But you speak Tagalog?
I would say Tagalish.
Oh, okay. So when you went to the Philippines, did you have any problems, translating and understanding? Because you were dealing with people one-on-one. So.
I have to say, Relief International had everything planned out so well. They had had translators, they had places for us to stay, they had transportation. So as far as language-wise, we're taken care of.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what I wanted to find out too was how it went from relief, and you're going to the Philippines to be an emergency room nurse and help from a medical perspective, to photo exhibit and taking photos. You went with Chris on that trip.
That's correct. Yeah, after he found out if they accepted him, he asked if I could go along as a photographer. So he had found out on a Friday night that he could go, and so they bounced the idea around for a couple of days. So Sunday afternoon, actually, when we were shopping for him at REI to get ready for the trip, they let us know, okay, you can go, but we're leaving tomorrow night, which was Monday night. So
he had to go in Monday morning to his boss and say, hey, I'm leaving.
Wow, and they were okay with that? Because this is a 2-week commitment. This is not just, a few days, right?
Yeah, they were surprisingly very excited for me. And, they were, they were happy that I could go. And
we're taking a look at some of the photos that are within the exhibit now, and there are over 6,000 images, I understand, right?
That's correct.
And so these are some of the pictures of the people in Tacloban, I guess, that you were helping?
So I think the best thing about this exhibit, Roger took completely amazing pictures, but he's part of a workshop at the Kibulan-Chuckit, and they handpicked 30 images that really just capture our entire trip. There's a little bit of photos of the disaster, but we really just wanted to highlight like the strength of the Filipino people and how they're really starting to build back on their own. But we were able to show a little bit of
and also the hospitality that they showed us while we were there. We were there to help them, but they were going out of their way to make sure we were comfortable. And
I understand there's, like you said, there's maybe 30-something photos in the initial exhibit, but as people purchase the pictures and the 100% of the donations or the purchase price for each of the photos goes back to relief effort, right?
Correct.
Yeah, 100% of the proceeds go back to Catholic Relief Services.
All right, and then you're going to rotate more pictures in, because as we said, there's 6,000 images. There's only 30 odd pictures in the exhibit at a time, right?
Yeah. Well, we currently have 38 images on exhibit, but I have another 33 in my portfolio that we'll be showing during the reception on April 26th.
Right.
And so all of those are available for sale, and they're a limited edition series of 5. So if somebody does purchase one, there are other of that same image that are available. But yeah, there was a total of 38 plus 32.
Wow, it feels like it's a limited edition type opportunity as well.
To be able to narrow 6,000 pictures down to the 30 was
That was an effort.
it's almost near impossible, but they did a fantastic job.
All right.
So-
Well, I want to thank you guys for being here with us today and letting people be aware of the exhibit. And
Thank you.
The Rise Again photo exhibit benefiting the victims of Super Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines runs from now through May 20th at the Keeble and Shuckett Select Gallery in Palo Alto. For more information about the exhibit, go to facebook.com/riseagainexhibit. Coming up, a local Asian Pacific American Film Festival features 3 amazing documentaries, and we'll have some clips from each film to share with you. Stay with us.